that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This including the ice wall, baby. Mama said that there will be days, literally, just like this. And if one thing we all adore, something worth dying for, there's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on, baby. Yep. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Run from it. Prepare for glory. Glory, glory. Cowboys victory price. Everything comes with it. Plus more. Draft season, baby. Yeah. You put a little bit more season on mines, man. Yeah, slap your mama season is pretty good. Tony Ketcherts, yeah. Save him. Hush your mouth over there. Five, 4, 3, Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to you. 2.
My goodness! Oh my goodness! That's where we hold them.
I was born in it. Yeah. I didn't see the light of day until I was a man. Come on. Yeah. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a draft party? We them boys. Brown, appreciate you. Cool, Coleman, Unlucky. Who else we got in here? Danks in the building. DP, man. Yeah. Straight action. Yeah.
What's your point?
Come on. All right. Ain't no party like a Lottie. K-ball party. Alita la raza. A mucho elegante. That's when the guts came out. He just dropped him. That was David Chappelle before he was David Chappelle. You get what I'm saying? But shout out to David Chappelle. He's a legend now. One can argue that he kind of like, is he better than Martin Lawrence? Yeah, I haven't seen the Chappelle special, but I'm gonna have to go watch it maybe tomorrow or what have you. But appreciate you. Thank you everybody for rocking with us. All right, so as you can tell from the titleship, it states, save him from him. And that is Dak Prescott. But do anybody know the story of Dak Prescott? Do anybody know the story of Dak Prescott and why he played the game and what relations do he have with that? Let me put some, yeah. It happened back in 2013. Dak Prescott lost his mom. And not to make this a deep conversation, I was watching the documentary just the other day because I'm with the mindset, Dak, sit your butt on that bench, right? But then I rewatched that documentary, and before his mom body got cold, he went out there and played football for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And people were sitting there like, hey, man, you should be burying your mom and stuff, man. You should be mourning the loss of your mother. And Dak Prescott was like, no, because that's how Peggy would want me to do. She wasn't no soft mom, right? They grew up and living up out of a trailer, right? They grew up with hand to foot to mouth on whatever they can find to eat. And before paying their bills and all of this stuff, because they had bills longer than Jay Leno's chin. That's a long ass bills. The eviction notices on trailer park homes. Single parent mom with 2 other brothers would go and check into a hotel, Holiday Inn, at $14.99 a day special, with only God knows that's on them blankets and sheets. And she would put them in that room while she go scramble and scrape and find a few more dollars. And sometimes they would be in the dark without lights, without running water, and would have to knock on the neighboring doors of the trailers to say, hey, can I get some water? Or distract them while they take and extract the water hose and pour a little water into some buckets so they can have water. I said, no way, that's Dak. And if you look back at Dak and Jace and Tad, all of them, they never looked like they were starving. That's a good mama there. So it hit me. And y'all know that sometimes that I will be literally online live and it's late or early throughout the day. That's my escape hatch. That's my reasons to continue to push forward and do something that I love to do. So now when you contextualize the real reason why that Nad, Dak Prescott, continue to play is because he played for a different reason. He don't give a dog about injuries like we do. That he had to put his bone back together on his ankle, or the meat falling off the bone as it relates to his hamstring, or a broken thumb, or a phalange. He don't care about that. When you go down that fray and you lose the one that you love the most, it feels like you're invincible. It feels like you nothing, like you done lost the most important thing. That's why it didn't hit me until I lost my mom of what that Kanye West part when he said, I lost the woman that knew me best. That was Kanye West lyrics when he lost his mom. See, people go through different emotions channels. So it hit me when the critics say, and of course I'm part of the critics, Dak, what are you doing? Sit out. What else do he have to do? He sees the game different from me to you. He's playing for a different purpose. And let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, not to make it such a deep conversation for the nation. Everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. When you win, it comes with a price. And even when you lose, expectations come with a price. And even if we slide into this mindset of if we were going to the postseason, the negativities would still be there at the same all-time rate. Law, what is it? The negativity would be, I did this draft series on Sonny Styles. and a few comments, even from our own Cowboy people, was laughing and kid. They were literally saying, look at Law already doing draft content. Like, what else we supposed to do at this point? Supposed to evaluate the game, talk about that? No, it's time for us to talk about the draft. And even if we didn't lose a single game this season, the critics will still speak. So what? The Cowboys are one and done. They haven't did anything in 30 years, 30 seasons. That's over 10,000 days. They ain't doing anything. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. And some of those people that's talking right now about us being out of the playoffs, well, let's reverse it on them. Because they got probably one more game than us and they hitting the road, you know? Yeah, they hitting the road. Now, the only reason why I played that is because there's a guy named Ryan Clark who said, with all due to respect of Dak Prescott, he says, go sit your ass down. Let's listen to him.
Why don't you think he should play?
First off, and excuse my language, if Dak Prescott don't go sit his ass down and stop this, Dak Prescott has had 2 season-ending injuries. Dak Prescott knows what it's like to not be able to play, to not be able to get on the field, to not be able to have an off-season where you can train and get better. You watched him this year. He came into this season in the best shape of his life, and it showed on the field with what he was able to do with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott doesn't have a thing to prove to me or anybody else at the end of this Pro Bowl season.
He said a mouthful, but what if he's not trying to prove it to you? Huh? What if he's not trying to prove it to the naysayers? What if he's not trying to prove it to Alfred? What if he's not trying to prove it to Stay Paid and who else in the chat? Bill Yah. What if he's not trying to prove it to them? What if he's not trying to prove it to Jerry Jones? He got this mindset that maybe he's trying to prove it to himself. Nobody lived into the shoes of a quarterback. And that same piece of that documentary that I watched, they said he would never be a quarterback in the National Football League. Even at Mississippi State and other schools. They was trying to convert him to a tight end. But his mom was saying, baby, if you want to be a quarterback, then you can be that quarterback. What if he never listened to his mom? And what if he listening to the Ryan Clarks or to the Laws of the World or to the Eric Stewarts or Scotts and the Scott and Stewart, yeah, I see in the chat, or the Joseph Warrens? He would never have been able to throw a football in the National Football League. He would have been a tight end or a linebacker or Uber Eats guy. Like, yeah, man, and you play at Mississippi State, Hell State, man. But hey, next time, man, I said in the notes, put the food on the bench, not on the ground. So I'm not giving you all 5s, man. And where my fries at? What's your name, Dakota? So sometimes it's bigger than what we think, including me. Because I'm one of them ones said, hey, Dak, let Joe Milton get in there, man, for these last 2. I don't want to see you laid out like Family Guy. The guy got sacked 6 times last game. Not 1, not 2, not 3, by the amount of rings that the Cowboys going to have next season. 6 times. Oops, did I say that out loud? Oh, by the amount of rings that Michael Jordan got. But that's just for what it is. Everyone has a reason, but results are what matter. What results was he looking for? The W. Some people can say stat pad and Dak. But can you imagine the conversations being told that you would never be able to be a quarterback in the National Football League? And now when you turn into the stat accolades, and I know stats are one thing, and stats are for losers and all of this stuff. But he can walk boldly into there and say, hey, in this rich wealth of history of the Dallas Cowboys, the one that they said would never got more yards than any of these quarterbacks that ever played the game with the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet. More touchdowns, more completions and all of this stuff. That's what he could walk away with. And of course, will he be able to get a ring? That's what we all want. But it's up to the entirety of the team, not just one individual. I will put some money on the line if you can find the ring that Troy Aikman won with the kind of caliber of defense that we exhibit and exuded this season. I would empty out the savings account if you can find out what kind of ring that Roger Staubach won with this kind and flavor of defense that we just seen. Damn near historically bad. It's crazy. So it takes a complete team to win it all, baby. Now, we know we got one end of the equation done. Offense can move the ball. Now, they do stall out. This offense can't walk on water. It's not perfect in all thy way. But we definitely need some help on the defensive side of the coin.
Dak Prescott has played hard. Dak Prescott has led with the top of leaders in this league, and that's all we need to see. There's nothing to prove against the New York Giants in the last week of the season. We know you'll play hard, Dak. We know that it matters to you, Dak. We know that you want to win, Dak. And if I'm Brian Schottenheimer, I stand in front of the team and I say, guess what? Sometimes you got to save competitors from themselves. Dak Prescott ain't playing, because if anything, I'm talking about anything. If he break a fingernail, if one of his eyelashes fall out, if his shoestring come untied, that's on the head coach.
So why don't you think he should play?
From his interpretation. Yeah, Eric Stewart, it'd be about $35, $35 to $40, man. I know you got it, man. Go on, make it rain over here, man. $35 to $40, man. Yeah.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on! You're wasting my time now, come on!
That's the troll fee, bro.
Come on.
Go ahead and troll it away. Your troll fee. We give you another 1 to 2 minute grace period. Get your accountants together. Let me tell you something, Ron. I don't know if you got your mom here. And I know it was joking. Okay, all right, so about 35. You owe me about 35 now. I give you that penny. Yeah, I said 35 to 40. Now it's just 35. About 35. But let me say, no, JV, put 35 more up in there. You about 35. Since y'all a playoff team, I know you're getting that playoff money, Eric. You know, so you could at least donate at least 40. So we count down from there. They give you another 5 minutes. Using them gift cards he got for Christmas. Yeah, converting them gift cards into cash, man. I appreciate you. But let me tell y'all something. True story. I don't know if Ryan lost his mom. I don't know if he lost a loved one like his brother or something like that. But baby, when you lose something, who gives a damn about an eyelash? Who gives a damn about losing your pinky, your toes, or what have you, your hip? If right now, if they said, law, to save your mom, we'll take your voice away from you, I'll be out here like this. I'll be AI typing law over here. When you get to that point in your life where there's nothing to lose and everything to gain, that's where he's at. That's where he's at, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So nothing can stop him when his mindset is set to that particular point.
Okay, let me finish. I gotta prove it. Prove what? I'm not a mistake.
What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That hurt, you know? And I think that flicked a switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
That's where you gotta be at. Woo! Let them words. It's about $30 now, Eric. Boy, you moving all along, man. You could have just threw the 40 in there and you'd have been good for 2 days. Come on, man. But man, oh man, that was my open monologue with that part with Dak Prescott. Yeah. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boy, yesterday, y'all was on my, y'all was. Y'all was on me yesterday, man. I had made a statement, and I didn't think that it would hit this hard. And, you know, it was just me speaking freely, independently, on ramblings of like things that I heard from media and from a few players. And Lord, they split me in half over here on the Twitter machine or the X app. And I get it. I understand, right? I stated the NFL has officially crossed the line. Christmas Day is supposed to be about family, not squeezing every last dollar out of fans and players. This isn't about tradition or competition anymore. It's about greed, right? And when I said that, I thought it was going to get like 1,000, you know, maybe 2,000 interactions. But he got over 167,000 interactions. And they're coming at me left and right. Hey, man, look at this old soft guy, man. Man, we like football, man. F you, dude. You know, go fly a kite. Go play with matches around gasoline. You know, we know our rights. You know, it was crazy, man. They was coming at me left and right. Somebody sent me a personalized message. I'm thinking like, man, shoot, I don't know, man. It was like really like they were at me like crazy. To a point that some people hit me up with like personal mess. When I find you, man, I'm gonna show you what football is about. I'm gonna stick my foot up you. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those type of things. And I was sitting there like, man, I was just speaking in general. I forgot what type of place Twitter world or the X app is. So to make a longer story short, it was crazy how people really wanted to see football on Christmas. And, you know, I get it, you know, even though independently I can speak on things and don't get no repercussions, but damn. And it was like, okay, this is what football is supposed to be about. Law is supposed to be about being around family and watching and these sorts of things. So I made another interactions with them, and I was saying that some members of the media, players can't say this because they're not independent. And that's fine. I'll take the heat. Enjoy y'all holidays because I put in work. And y'all know I put in some major work. I put in some major work over the holidays and putting in work now. There's people right now taking vacation time. Look, one of my agents that goes out and find like sponsorship deals and stuff like this, he sent me a message saying, man, I will be in Belize for 2 weeks, man. You know, I'm finna take me a nice long vacation. Man, I'll lose my mind if I can't talk to y'all in 2 weeks. It's literally
No days off. No days off. No days off.
I would love to be in Belize, man. I got a whole side family in Bahamas, man. Freeport, Bahama, man. You know, they said, man, if you just make it to the Bahamas, we would take great care of you, all inclusive. I might need to take that vacation. What would y'all feel if I just leave for 2 weeks or 3 weeks? You know, and then I'll sparingly give y'all some content here and there. But I will lose my mind. You know, Walker Wade states Norm Hitchens said that on the ticket, law. What did he say? What did he say? Was he fighting me too? Or he said the same thing that I said, you know? And I get it. There have been games played on Christmas before, but it naturally fell on that Sunday, right? But now it's like force-fed on a Thursday. Now, granted, we won. Granted, there were no major injuries. There were no major setbacks. But, man, we scathed and we dodged a few bullets, right? All I'm saying is that your circadian rhythm, man, be thrown off, man, as football players. Yeah, X got them bots, law. Yeah, I forgot about that. You know, they put them bots out there and you thinking you interacting with a human and it be Grunk on 3.0s, you know. He said, law, do it. Stephen A. do it. I'll do it when I get one of Stephen A. checks, man. That's what I'll do, you know. If I can get me one of them checks, man, and paid PTO and all of this stuff. I used to do it when I was working for the man. I've been working hard. I've been working hard. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys. Back to the subject matter at hand.
They go almost 48%.
Hold on. Wrong segment right here. Boom. Let me get to this segments all together. But you know, there is a reason why we do things. Everyone has a reason, but results are what matter. There have been a few people that would joke, scoff, make fun of my guy, and people fail to realize we do these things because we true to these things. And I want to be able to say this next season. I got a guy by me sharing his story that they're going to try to get John to every game because I've shared this story here, and he hit me up and said, "Law, I got you."
I've been watching the Dallas Cowboys since I was like 7 years old until now, and if I'm coming to go to a Dallas Cowboys game, I am as excited as it can be.
You guys remember John? He called in and he said that one of the major things that he would like to do is go to a Cowboys game. So John will be at the game. Hallelujah. And we're going to take good care of you of trying to get you out here to a game to see the Dallas Cowboys play this year. So, hey, hang tight. I got your information you sent me. Yeah. So hang tight. I appreciate you, John. Y'all put y'all hands together for John. Baby.
John, come on. Let's hear it. How back to Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, baby. Appreciate y'all so much. Let me find my horn over here.
Let's go.
Thank y'all.
Let's go.
Let's get it, baby. Yes, let's get it, Cowboys Nation. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all so much. So my guy, John, going into 2026 now, it'll be majority of the home games. We got this situation that's going to be worked out. Now, the time that we had to get him to the game that time, it cost us right at $3,000 to $4,000 to get him there. Now, since he's in Dallas, I talked to the people that's going to sponsor this. It's not going to cost that much of money, that amount of money. So now we're going to get John at the game for next season. So we just got to endure this off season. Hopefully we can have some better outputs at games and these sorts of things. And we're going to get it going. DP, what you got?
At Darren_Posey_SR $5. Laws fans, some don't realize a lot of players have clauses in their contracts, on games played, catches, etc. They want those bonuses.
True. They got some people in contracts for that DP. Some, if you play about 80% of your snaps, you get $500,000. Can you imagine you get a spleen or a hangnail or stuff like that, and you can't get that $500,000? They got some playoff bonuses too. Make it to the playoff, you get $1 million. That's in some people contracts. You get 5 INTs. You get certain elevators on your contract, right? And I like incentive-based contracts. I think that should be the norm here in Cowboys. Have more incentive-laden contracts, especially if you up in the age tiers of these sorts of things. Yeah. Remember how they did Cooper Rush last season? This is from JV Boy. Yeah. The Joneses are notorious for saving a dime. I think of Dr. Scrooge or whatever that's DuckTales. Ooh, DuckTales. Y'all remember DuckTales, the dude with the dive into all of that money? That's Jerry Jones to a point. And as well as who else movie? I think it's SpongeBob. SpongeBob, the dude that make the Krabby Patties, or not Krabby, how do you call them? Krabby Patties or something like that. That dude is all about money. We are in a capitalism or a capitalistic society. But the NFL is a socialist. You know, it's really, they get the state and the people to pay for their stadiums. And they charge you not for the tickets to go to the game, but you paying for licenses to sit in those seats, because technically, by the letter of law, the game should be free. So that's why they have these things called stand-up room only passes. That's only $30 to $40 because they're sanctioned by the state. But if I get Scrooge McDuck, that's his name, Big Benny. But Mr. Crab, appreciate you, Orlando Fashion, appreciate you. So if we start talking economics and stuff like that, a lot of y'all be like, hey, man, I fell asleep in math classes and economic classes, man. Look, I just want to know football. And some people don't even know what an A gap is or B gap is or C gap, right? Some people don't understand when we start talking about levels of defenses and quarter halves and the deeper third. And if we start to talk into those nuances, a lot of people would turn away. But people understand that 59, he suck, right? Hey, that 59, you know, he got slow hips. He can't turn. But people don't know when we looking at tape, the primary thing that we're looking for defenders to do to keep your shoulders squared, right? See target, shoot downhill, slow feet don't eat, right? But be where your feet at. All linebackers supposed to disengage and scrape. They're supposed to keep themselves clean. Keep your pad levels low. Those are football terminologies that we try to input in this particular conversation. But a lot of people don't understand that. So when we start talking about Matt Eberflus and his style of caliber defense, what is his solution? What is his go-to? What is his takeaway? Because not only if we look back at tape and we seeing that my guy Matt Eberflus is confusing the players, none of these guys are playing freely. Communication is off. And without communication, it doesn't matter how tall you are, how fast you run, or how big you are. If you can't communicate, it's over with. And that's been going on with this defense. Now, I've been trying real hard to break down this defense and let people know why the offense been stressing. But there's a few people who will say, hey, you know, it's always been this way, Law, because the players are sus. No, it's because when your offense is struggling to move the ball from point A to point B, and let me see if I can pull this up for reference purposes, right? Here's what I'm saying, basically, and I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And let me get this all involved right here. Let me get AI Teacher involved because there's a lot that we got to discuss. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, everybody, man. Do me a huge solid. Hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. My guy, Too Cool, the other day, I replayed I cut out his segment and I repurposed it around the league, around the platforms that I'm on. And what he was saying, if we have a top tier or subpar good offense, then it doesn't matter if the opposing team is putting up 33 points, we should be able to score 40. Let me say this again. He said it doesn't matter. Yeah, and Captain says linebackers should be instinctual. Yeah, they should go off of feel and vibe and understand that. The linebacker got to be the quarterback of your defense. But let me get to this point before I touch upon linebackers. And let me just touch on it now. Your linebacker, especially your Mike, should be like this cerebral, should be the brain of your defense. To a point, there was once upon a time in American history that they didn't allow certain people to play linebackers position because they said that those people didn't have high processing systems, that they couldn't think and interact on the fly or be able to read the cadence and keys of the opposition. So that's how crazy the Mike linebacker position was covered, that only a certain select of people should be able to play that role. The same was said in this United States about the quarterback role. Like, you got to be cerebral. You have to know so much information and process it real quickly. And a lot of people fail to realize that those same arguments is still in the minds and hearts of people to this day. Processing system, being able to recognize and read and being able to be on your keys to rally, to shoot and hit things. But that's just how it is. You can have a linebacker that's all in all physical fit, look like he's really in tip-top shape. But if he don't have the intel or the intellect to process and see stuff and diagnose stuff and being able to be where his feet at, and even though he's thinking to be there, he's no good because he can't communicate, he can't articulate or being able to exhibit those type of things, Yeah. Yes, indeed. But it is for what it is. But this is what I said on this topic matter right here. Cowboys 2025 defensive ranking here are some things the Cowboys defensive rank during the 2025 regular season. Total yards rank third worst in the National Football League. Points allowed 31st. Rushing defense, we got that down to the 20th, right? Passing defense, 32nd. There's no other team that's worse than us. There's no other team. So at this point and at this time, let's see what we can get going. Let the AI read what I said. Read what I said in the column under their AI teacher.
When a defense ranks near the bottom of the league like this, it fundamentally changes how an offense has to operate. A defense allowing bottom of the league yards and points cannot consistently get stops, which means the offense rarely plays with favorable game script. Instead of dictating tempo, the offense is constantly responding. Normally, when a team plays with a lead, the defense can play more aggressive coverages, pin its ears back on pass rush, create negative plays and turnovers that flips pressure back onto the opposing offense.
Pause it right here, AI. What I'm saying is basically in 2021, 2022, 2023, we can all argue that our defenses were really good to a point with high volumes of takeaways. high inputs of like being able to create pressure. But one of the things that the Achilles heels of that defense is, though, even though they were fast and getting to the quarterback, creating pressure, they had their warts. We were ultra thin inside. We didn't have a definable linebacker, a definitive linebacker outside of LVE, who looked world class today. If we had him in his defense, he's a whole lot better than what we've seen out of these guys. But neither here nor there. It's still, you had to have something up front. We just dismissed that. And even though Jonathan Hankins was good for a cup of coffee here, let's be real, he was already long in the tooth. I'm talking about a long tooth for us, right? So he really can give us minimum impact in a game. Maybe 15 to maybe 18 snaps. That's very minimum. But that's all we had. So we used Marquise Bell as linebacker. We fabricated J-Ron Curse to be a linebacker at times, call him Big Nickel. All of those things. But one of the things that you can all can't argue with, is the fact that if that team play with a lead, oh my goodness, they're going to pin their ears back and get to the quarterback even more. But it was very difficult for any of those teams from 2021, 2022, 2023 to win on defense when not playing with the lead, when the offense wasn't efficient enough. And that's why you had these type of things. Once team realized that this team is a front runner team, soft, it looks like it's hard, but it's like one of them damn blow pops, hard at first, but man, ain't nothing but gum in the inside. Chewy. That's what they did. They ran at us and they matched the physicality, and we had nothing to respond with. Inverse-wise, I think that this team, we got the ability to shut down and stop the run. But the problem is that we can't stop the pass. And we definitely can't control the middle of the field. If you can't control the middle of the field, you lose your games. AI, can you continue to read for me? Baby, please continue to read.
Dallas cannot do that. Because the number Cowboys defense allows long drives, high success rates, and explosive passing plays, the offense is often forced into score now mode. That compresses the playbook. From an analytics perspective, poor defensive EPA allowed increases offensive urgency. High opponent drive, success rate reduces possessions. Limited possessions reduce margin for error. This leads to more early down passing, less ability to stay balanced, tighter red zone decisions, higher variance outcomes. Even efficient offenses struggle when every drive feels like it must end in points. This is why offensive efficiency and raw scoring totals can disconnect. The offense may execute well, but the environment it operates in is consistently unfavorable. Just like a strong defense amplifies offensive freedom, a weak defense restricts it. That is not excuse-making. That is game flow, math, and football reality.
Yes, indeed. She told us. And those are the truth, man. Because my guy out here thinking that, shoot, you can just score any points, man, and things can get going. And let me see.
If the defense give up 33 points, that you shouldn't be scoring 40.
Hey, bro,
that's all I'm saying. If you know your offense is potent, as it is, because if Matt Eberflus got to be fired, then that means goddamn Shouty got to be fired. Because if you got a potent offense like that, how are you only scoring 17 and 27 points a game?
Your argument was if you're going to get rid of Matt Eberflus, get rid of Schottenheimer too. Is that correct? So with your rationale, you running this back, you want to see this recipe again?
Law, listen.
Come on, man, you're killing me, man. This supposed to be the holidays, man. You're killing me on holidays, man.
He was a head coach in the league.
If I'm not. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed, Cowboys Nation. It is for what it is. We got this, man. It's one of those things. Dank says, hey, Atisha, Dank's talking about you. Or it says you got to get an AI that sounds like a sister. Oh Lord, but I don't know, man. Read Dank's comment, AI Tisha. You know what I'm saying?
Dank's Law, you gotta get AI that actually sounds like a sister. Boy, you don't think I'm a sister. You done lost your mind, boy.
Shit, you better watch out, boy. You better watch out. You better watch out, AI Tisha, boy. She gonna come after you, boy. Ask DP and them. But all I can say is that this defense, when we start to think about she try to boy, you better watch out. She not a code switch now. We have the code switch all the time. We know exactly what to do. She mixed. AIs and T-Shots, you know, I feel you on that. Boy, y'all better. Yes, indeed, boy. Shit.
Thanks, child, please.
She's, hey, man, she makes like a, she one of them ones, man. Get back to the lab, man. Tinker this, tinker that, you know. Let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it because I know I'm cookie pressured for time. The Cowboys victorious on this particular Christmas holiday. It's good to see that we did win, but it comes with a price. We moved down on the draft poll or what have you. But some of the things that we can look back at and say, all right, what do we need to do in order to achieve in 2026? I think that what we need to do is find, and me personally, I think the Cowboys need a new defensive coordinator. When you look at the historic reference of Matt Eberflus, he never been a top-tier defensive guy. He been middle of the pack, like 15 has been his highest, sometimes in the 20th range. I'm not shooting for that. I'm shooting for number 1, number 2, number 3. And if I'm a betting man, I would love for the Cowboys to just be a little bit more risque and figure out ways to get things moving and grooving in that particular light. I definitely do not want. No way. No way.
At Darren_Posey_SR $5. What if AI Tisha looks like Montisha?
Man, nobody look like Montisha, man. Man, that's halitosis in physical form. Let it be known. Yeah.
We're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS.
You hear that baritone bass, you know, alto. You know what I'm saying? You can tell, like, some people over the phone, you can tell they got a lot going on, man. Come on, man. No, DP, don't do AI Tisha like that. Now, Montisha, that you can tell in her voice, ain't nothing sounding anything equivalent to that. Lord, forgive me, man. Please, Father, please forgive me. Montisha is something special for the Eagles community, man. Boy, shoot. The big ass gum, little old teeth, man. You know. All right, man. Hold on. All right, let's get back to football, man. I don't want to get another cease and desist letter, man. Let's go to the whole conversation about Dak Prescott sitting down.
Keep Dak Prescott off the field in Week 18. Dak Prescott took a bit of a beating yesterday.
Oh, no.
Sacked 6 times in this one, and it didn't just feel like it was 6 sacks. It was like it was the way he was being brought down. Like, how many different times did you see him get hit in this game, and you're like, oh, that might be a knee.
Yeah, there's times where 3 guys are falling on him.
And they were like, there was one that was damn near a hip drop from, I think it was Bobby Wagner. But when you see him taking the beating like he did yesterday, Chop, aren't you just saying, all right, that should be enough to slow you down now? Like let's take this easy. He can start.
All right, so that would be a coach's call there. I'm trying to get to Jerry Jones' comments, man. I know y'all don't like his voice, but let's listen to you.
Logan Wilson was a guy that you traded for and seemed really excited about adding to the lineup. He did not sub into yesterday's game, and you mentioned some inconsistency at the linebacker position. Where do things stand with him? And the linebacker position overall, how much work do you think it needs?
Well, we need to improve.
Oh my gosh, man!
I'm going to just say, because improve where? First of all, I don't have an explanation for you why Wilson wasn't in there. He'd planned to be in there. We'd planned to have him in there, so I don't have that at this time. But he needs to be in there. He's got good instincts. The reason we got him was because he reads the play quick and can basically be in his lane of responsibility or react. It's critical that a linebacker have quick reacting, and he's able to do that. That's why we got him. But I don't have an answer for that yesterday.
That damn Jerry boy done broke the internet over there. That man gave us, I don't have an answer as the answer. Why he wasn't out there. But he can read and react and make great plays. No offense to Logan, he was better than what we seen in the linebacker room for a couple of years here. And I guess there will be some people to think otherwise, as far as Murray, that he's not the problem. And I get that. And my thing is, going into 2026, how about let's not bring back none of them? Murray, Wilson, none of them. You know what I'm saying? Sanborn and all of them. Let's go get some guys in the draft, or you go into that free agency pool and you get some linebackers that can thud it up, thump it up. And if, of course, if you want to keep Wilson for continuity, I wouldn't be mad at that, by the way. But you shouldn't rely on him to be your starter. You shouldn't rely on him to be your guy, the end all, be all, and all of that stuff. You know,
they've scored. Guess how many points they've scored the second half of the last.
Let me see.
It sounds like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, are you pleased with where you are scheme wise and with the coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball?
No, not at all. And we've got a lot of work to do there. I'm sorry if I have let my enthusiasm for the win yesterday misrepresent. No, not at all. We've got a lot of work to do over there, but we can do it, and we can do it with let's say manage the continuity that we don't have. Some of these teams have had the same continuity on their defensive scheme for years, and that still doesn't mean they don't have to make adjustments when they have injury. And that's the game. That's what we're in. And if you can't win and have some adversity with injury, you're not going to get there.
It sounds like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, are you
Jerry to learn a new word, continuity, and he's been using that word all day long on all of his requests as far as his responses. Cowboys Nation, bear with me for 1 second here, because I need for y'all to do this right quick.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt. Download Sleeper. Use the code LAW. That's law. And $20 from me to you will be added to your beautiful account. And then when you put $100 in there, they will match up to $100 in that particular spot. So be sure to use promo code LAW law for that. And I appreciate y'all so much on this beautiful day. Vocabulary moving up from ambiguous ambiguities. Now continuity is Jerry Jones. And he used to be saying not to be trite, but now it's continuity. For 30 years, one thing we can say that it has been a consistent basis that he's been that dude for 30 years and 30 seasons. Not just him, by the way. There's some people with collective thoughts that say, hey, let's stop blaming Jerry for the mishaps. He's not dropping the ball. He's not dropping the passes. He's not throwing the interceptions. He's assembling the team, though, right? And that's the old argument. Yeah, accountability is one thing, but we're looking for results, right? And just like when he went to get his stadium built, he didn't use first-time contractors, right? So when they sent off those RFIs and those RFQs and the RFPs, they didn't take them from first-time contractors. They went, they looked, they did their market research, they combed through previous contracts that teams that built stadiums and stuff like that or construction sites. And that's how you're supposed to do football operations, right? So when we look back at Matt Eberflus' resume, one of the things that I want to express the fact that you supposed to look at what he previously did. You are only good as your last job, right? And normally what happened with Matt Eberflus should have been, hey, we're going to bring you in, but, hey, it'd be probably best if you take a year off, you know, spend time with your loved ones, go take a long walk in the park and figure out what you're going to do with yourself. Maybe you can be an assistant or something like that. But for him to get fired, and he's the primary reason why he got fired in Chicago because of defense, and expecting for a change of scenery to help him out here, normally that don't work. And unfortunately, the Cowboys, what they supposed to do, and I'm not beating them up, they supposed to get these lines of candidates, line them up, compare analysis, right? Look through what they can do, look what they can't do, look at things of what they do far as player relationships, add all of those things together, comb through it, and then you get your best candidate, right? So instead of telling other people that you may have interviewed for that job, we regret to inform you that another candidate been selected. How can you now say another candidate been selected with better qualities than you when that candidate didn't have better qualities? See, the NFL need to get out of this this good old boy network, and who's to tell somebody how to hire someone, right? When they the one that taking all of the risk. But we the ones that suffer from it, right? We the ones that live into these things of, hey, if it's not going to go well, then we get ridiculed and spit upon. Gut Bomber says 8-8 one season. Many questions. Yeah. First law, get a new defensive coordinator. Draft the Ohio State son, Lorenzo Style from Ohio State. Yeah. Because Sonny Styles is pretty nice, man. I wish I could show y'all the video, but, you know, the tube be tripping. And
it sounds like to me,
I got the video here on my gram. Let's look into the film. I got the video here on my gram, so be sure to check that out. I'm going to share this link so you guys can go to the gram and watch the video, or you can go to my Twitter account and you can watch the fullness of that video of breaking down Sonny Listener. No, Sonny Styles scouting report. And he's 6'4", 243 pounds, built different, 40-inch vertical, 11-foot broad jump. The guy is 6'4", 6'5", and he runs a 4.40. Now, he's my first guy that I looked at. Alvell Reese is going to be another deep study that we're going to dive into, and then we're going to wrap it up with the other guys. Keep in mind, when we're in the draft season, I'm just going through candidates. I'm not really looking primarily of who we need to draft, because the draft is such a long process. So it may be that, shoot, I start breaking down a wide receiver, right? It's going to be about 100 videos that we're going to do at minimum. This season, I critiqued the draft session differently last season and the season before that, but I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to let y'all know now that I'm going to start delivering draft tape, draft content a little bit more consistently. It's going to be no long, drawn-out video. It may not be on YouTube, by the way, because YouTube be tripping. So we're going to put all of our draft series and selections on Twitter, Instagram, and as well as Facebook. And that's where you guys going to get the finite information on players, film breakdown. Richard says, what about C.J. Allen? In my opinion, he's going to fall. He's not going to be the top linebackers out of this group, but he is a top linebacker. And what I'm saying that is that when you start to think about him on the big board, he's a little bit further down than the other guys. So let me pull up the big board right quick and get things going for y'all. Hold on. The big board is Reese, Styles, and then CJ. CJ is going to be pretty much on the back end of the first round. So he's not going to be like your top 5 unless he do some crazy stuff in the combine. And the combine, when that hit, Underwear Olympics, shoot. Underwear Olympics gonna increase your draft stock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me pull this up. So far, the big board on the PFF, and it's based off of their situation here. They got Reese, Styles, CJ, Anthony Hill, Lawson, and then they got York, Weeks, and then Golday. So, and then Jacob Rodriguez. So what I'm saying is, if the Cowboys, let's say, for example, I had this on my Twitter. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let's say, for example, the Cowboys fool around and get blessed to draft a Jeremiah Love. That would be a situation whereas if you can combine a Jeremiah Love with CJ, oh my God, man, we in good graces there, you know. And I know that's far reach, right? Like Jeremiah Love is by far your best running back. I wish that people can still say, hey, man, running backs are not valuable. You can find them. Remember that? Like, this is how much a year-to-year league is, man. Last year, people were saying edge rushers not that valuable. Now edge rushers are valuable. A year before that, I'm old enough to remember people were saying running backs, man, you can draft them in the 3rd and 4th round. Now people realize, you get a running back now. You get what I'm saying? So it's a year-to-year league. I know it's based off of the draft and how many players coming in and out, these sorts of things. But one of the things that I wish that people dismiss running backs this season and say, hey, man, running backs are not that valuable. Shoot, close your eyes. Imagine Jeremiah Love time Javonte Williams, and every now and then you sprinkle in what Malik Davis can do. I love what Jadon Blue is as far as a thought process, but man, I like the way Malik Davis run with his pad levels, and you know, so let him be the 3rd option, and sprinkle in a Hunter here and there. That show up a lot of things on our offense, right? But we still got to pay. Pickens before all of this. And then on top of that, I want to say, before I lose train of thoughts of this, we need a defensive coordinator before we get into this free agency period. I want our new defensive coordinator first. JV Boy says, I remember. All right, one other thing I want to touch upon, because I got a lot of heat. I will pull up some receipts, but I don't have time for that. This was, I'm just going to say the caption. Cowboys, when I said at the beginning of the season, most of y'all said, nah, it was Dennis Allen. Well, listen and learn, because this is Ben Johnson giving praises to Al Harris and them.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Al Harris. You know, he's
one of my guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. He made a huge impact on our players. He's made a huge impact on our defense and our team.
Lay out speed.
At Richard Coleman, $8,364, 9.99.
I wish it was.
Law, do you take the edge corner or linebackers first or BPA?
Oh, let me get there. And I'll turn back around. You always go BPA. You always go best player available. But in the words of my guy, my homie from the same home state, city, Voch Lombardi with the party says this every year, teams suck at drafting. And I agree. Shout out to my guy, Boss Cowboys Sports, who said, man, I go dark run drafting, meaning that he cut off everything and he don't listen to other people's reports and scout, and he trusts it with his own eyes. I like that. I like that about Boss Cowboys Sports. Foot's going to be a wealth of knowledge of all players because that's just what he do. He's probably like 30 players deep already, right? But when it comes to edge, corner, or linebacker, my philosophy, and this is for me, when it get down to that draft time for your mind, if you get to the pick, let me see where we are at on Tankathon. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my Tankathon. And I love y'all. Y'all love me too. Put something in the chat. Put LAW or something, man. Put a 2 or 1 if you love me. Get the interaction, the engagement up. Go to Tankathon. NFL. We are at the 15th spot. Let me break this down because it's all for context. There's about only 13 to maybe 15 true first-round draft talent. Let me say this again. There's about 13. Appreciate you, man, Rico. Shout out to you. Get your mind right. Appreciate your ice cold, Big Benny. There's about 13 to 15 true, real first-round draft talent. All these guys, even though they're picking in the first round, they probably graded out at second round, right? But it's only about 13 to 15. So what I'm saying, if the Cowboys got 3 or 4 guys that tags are touching, and if they can trade back, this is my philosophy, and still get that player, if their tags are touching, I'll do it 100% of the time. Let me say this again. I would do it 100% of the time. If tags are touching, that's my principle, my philosophy. The reason why we got Michael Parsons is because we were willing to have 3 to 4 guys tags touching that we were saying, okay, I think it was the Eagles, somebody traded up to go get someone or got Smitty or something, however that went or however that worked. It was a blessing in disguise. I think the Giants, they traded away from Parsons, right? They moved all the way back and got Kadarius Toney, So at this point, don't get too cute. A little eyeshadow, a little blush here and there on a lady, hey, that's cool. But when they start caking and putting too much makeup on, they look like they McDonald's, right? They're like Homie the Clown, or they look like it. It's too much. Just a little bit. Fellas, we don't like all of that makeup on a woman, right? That's right. We just tell them free game, right? And ladies, a little swat here and there, get your little curvatures right, that's cool. But a little too much, we don't like all of that. I'm just speaking for myself at this point. BBLs, we ain't really keen on all of that, We ain't nothing like the real thing, right? So what we're saying is don't get too cute is what I'm getting at. So with that being said, cornerback, linebacker, edge rusher, we probably be out of the mix. And let me see if anything changed up and messed up right quick. I'm going to click on Dallas, and I'm going to stroll down. And Jamad McCoy, he's a guy that I got his film already like chopped up. I just got to go over it and process it. He's one of the guys that I've been looking at too. A cornerback, you got T.J. Parker, which is cool. Monroe, not West, but Freeling, 6'7", 315, offensive tackle. Hey, them tall offensive tackles, I don't know. But that's who they got us with now. So to answer your question, I would not trade up unless it's definitive, a guy that we really can't refuse to have. But this cornerback from Tennessee, he's pretty nice. I wouldn't get mad at it, right? But it's a little learning curves and growing all of this stuff you're going to get with DBs, though. I'm looking for maybe a linebacker. But that one game that we won knocked us up out of the sweet spot, because this is where we're at. And I'm not saying that we should have lost against the Washington, because all that is a feel-good. Yeah. When we beat Washington, that was a feel-good moment for the coaching staff and the team. And people fail to realize NFL have 50% to 60% turnover too, meaning that the same people you down in the trenches with this year, they won't be back next season. So every year is unique, and you got to figure out ways. So now we're drafting behind Tampa, Baltimore, Rams, who's damn near good, Miami, Kansas, Cincinnati, New Orleans, and all. So by us winning, that knocked us out of this slot, because we were going to probably be at the 10th or 11th slot. And that's that sweet spot right here. That's that sweet spot. That's that sweet spot right here. That 10 and 13 spot. So when you get to this gray area, it get difficult, y'all. It's really difficult, because you get the hit or miss factor. That's the difference between drafting a damn Aaron Donald versus, now Zach Martin was good for us, but y'all get what I'm saying, like what was it, Derwin James versus damn LVE. Just the difference of those slot selections there as far as pedigree. Now, sometimes you can still find guys in the later first round, but that's been our problem too. Is that we haven't sucked enough. Yes, indeed, man. Those years where we went 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, we should have lost a few more games. We didn't suck enough. We didn't. Those years that we went 8-8, 8-8, we didn't lose enough. Can you imagine if we were to lose enough? We would have been able to get Mike Vick back in the days. Maybe he wouldn't have been around them dogs. Who knows how the world would have worked? Can you imagine, close your eyes, having a Mike Vick versus a Quincy Carter? You know what I'm saying? Like if we really, the Cowboys' number one problem in the last 30 years, 30 seasons, is that we didn't suck enough. If I can say that loudly. Shout out to you, TA Cowboy. Y'all understand my rationale. Y'all understand my thinking. But we didn't. We win too many games. And we stuck in that purgatory. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. The Giants got the right pedigree right now. They 2-13. Las Vegas, they know what they doing. They played competitive and competed just good enough. Ice Cold said, imagine Vic with no dogs, man. Come on with it. Boy, Vic would still be in jail if he had did that while he was in the Cowboys uniform. He'd be just not getting out. Yes, indeed. And here's the craziest thing, though. The Cleveland, the Jets, and maybe you can throw in Tennessee here and there. They stay drafting in the top 5. They stay drafting in the top 5. And they have these super teams that can't win it all. They got these super teams that can't win it all, man. these teams historically, there ought to be a rule. If you historically stays at the top 5 in the last 5 or 6 seasons, you got to forfeit your first round draft pick because you ruin people's lives now, man. Yeah, you got to fool around. And you know what? I think the NFL should do it this way. And I'm just killing time right now because I got to go, y'all. Unfortunately, I got to go. The top 15 picks should go into a lottery. So these teams that try to tank and everything, that this could be a lottery selection. It's 32 teams in the league, but the 15 teams that get in with the lowest record, they should put a lottery pool in there. So now these picks get jumbled up. Who knows, you know? They should have a little ping pong ball drop down and say, okay, now the Cowboys got the 4th pick overall. Because teams be trying to, you know, tank at the end of the season and everything. This would be the anti-tanking, the law theory. Come on, NFL, throw me a few dollars for this theory thought. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to name it the law. Like they got the Rooney rule, they're going to have the law rule. The law rule would be the top 15 teams, you go into the lottery pick as it relates to the first round of the draft. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Detroit is wild. They haven't made the postseason, and nobody talking about it. And the Detroit starting off, man, they had everything known to man that was good, right? But it is for what it is. Rico Jones says, good idea, Law. Yeah. Y'all rate that over to the NFL. Let them know, man. Law Ray J that. He hit it first, y'all. Let's go with that ideology. All right, Cowboys Nation. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all. I know I'm hitting y'all with a quickie. I normally be live for 10 hours talking about this and that, but I want y'all to enjoy your family members. Hey, somebody got me some pecan pie, some sweet potato pie at the house. Bring it over to me. Golf had 3 fumbles, 2 INTs. You know what it is? They save all of their good games when they played us. See, damn, Detroit, y'all should have just let us win if y'all didn't do anything with that win. And watch the Vikings. They beat Detroit, right? Watch they going to lose next week. That's how it is. The cookie crumbles in weird ways. They give us... Oh my gosh. TA says she don't like them quickies. Yeah. Well, hey, next time we'll go a little deeper, a little longer. Come on with it. All right, man. Yeah. In the words of my guy, you know. Maybe next time. Y'all.
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah to...
Appreciate y'all, man. But on the way out, all I...
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Damn, Dak Prescott.
They can come closer than close. Original, they never will be.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
Are you shitting me?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
It's just not why you're here.
Are you not entertained?
But shout out to your TA Cowboy. Happy Friday to you all. I know y'all got some of them Christmas packs and them Christmas money. Some of y'all won some money on that game. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be sure to go out and buy more and more Cowboys gear, more and more Cowboys stuff. Let's elevate the brand. And don't leave Law out now. Y'all go buy some Law Nation merch. But at the end, when it comes looking for me, let me find you guys on the top of the mountain, sliding down a new one, not an old one. Meaning that we're not satisfied for where we're at. Am I angry? Am I upset? Yes. But now I'm ready to spoil wars. Play against the Giants next week. But whoever's in the postseason that I don't like, I'm definitely might go live and we do a hate stream on that, you know. But at the end of the day, my goal is to get me some Josh Butler jersey, HWFG podcast. I got you. I'm going to see what my guy Josh Butler going to do. DC for life, not for short. That's all the time that I have for this moment. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend or neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. But victory comes with a price. Instead of us picking at the 12th or the 13th selection, now we picking at the 15th. But I'm going to tell y'all this. The stone that's rejected become the chief cornerstone of the master's builder's plan. So whoever we get, may riches and wealth and good health be bestowed upon them to help this team achieve to higher heights than what we did this season. Let them be the new impactful player for the 2026 team. Let them be the kind of caliber of player that can keep heads on the swivel, turning and looking to the star and good things. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Brandy, Ice Cold, JV Boy, TA, and everyone else that's listening. Salute to Sadiqa Charles. RIP to Angie's father. We still keep you in your prayers. DC for life, not for sure. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Eric Stewart, Walk Away, DP, Richard, Coleman, 8364.
I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up.
And remember,
count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Shout out to HWFG podcast. Happy holidays to you all. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to Louisiana. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to my people on the East Coast, West Coast. Come on. And all my North Cowboy fans. South. Shout out to Bahamas. Freeport, Bahama. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to my Alaskan warriors. My Canadian boys. Cross the pond, UK boys. Eric Stewart, he owe us $30. Let's make it 40, man. Interest.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes.
Shout out to JV Boy. Brandy.
I be at home alone. I be in zones
Scuba.
I be on road alone.
Till next time.